All New Year's special with the Cult. We are starting the year the way we mean to go on, and that is out on the road. And we're joining the Cult in Milton Keynes on the latter stages of their very extensive European tour. And as you can see, I've got all the band here. Welcome to Craig, Ian, Scott and Billy. And a good place to start, I suppose, is to ask you how the last few weeks have gone touring-wise.
Well, very good.
Very, very good, because you played actually kind of more smaller venues and kind of more intimate theatres instead of like bigger arena shows, right?
Yeah, it's been a good laugh doing these different sort of shows. I mean, the only problem is it is a lot hotter.
Yes.
So, you know, we're feeling it a bit at the moment, but, you know, we keep going.
Yeah, no, it's been a very long tour. That's pretty grueling. So what sort of kids have been coming to the shows? Is it a very sort of crossover audience?
Yeah, it's a really mixed audience. A lot of rock fans. A lot of kids that just, I guess, discovering music for the first time, you know. It's really strange to see kids wearing Oasis T-shirts come to the shows as well. Because, like, guitar music seems to be very popular right now. So it's crossing over all over the place.
Well, that's a very, very healthy way to be. So, talking about the album, just simply titled The Cult, as everybody out there knows, you actually toured together as a band for the first time before recording the album, kind of getting into gelling together. How much of a difference did that actually make, Billy?
Oh, it makes a whole world of difference. Really quite special going in and making a record with musicians that you actually know, as opposed to how we've made some of our albums in the past with people that you don't even particularly like. So, yeah, it's all right. It makes it a lot easier, to be quite honest. It was the easy option this time.
Good. And as you said, you know, I can tell just by talking to you, you're all really, really good friends, and that must make a big difference as well.
Just for television.
I just love these guys.
There's definitely a bit of a cult sense of humour I'm finding out this afternoon. Now, just getting a bit more serious, I'll give this one to you, Ian. It would seem that the Sonic Temple era was kind of a very dark and confusing time for you. How did you work through those unhappy times, and what did you learn from those about yourself and your music?
Wow.
It's a long one, isn't it?
It's a very long one. How did I get through that? Probably by consuming vast amounts of alcohol.
But that was part of the problem.
Yeah, but it was the only way of getting through.
Part of the solution as well, isn't it?
It's a catch-22 situation. Sort of damned if you do and damned if you don't. It was just growing up, you know, because I've been doing this since, I guess I've been in bands since I was 19, so I've grown up in bands, you know. And it's really strange because I have no concept of what a regular life is. I have no idea. But sometimes, you mean, when you come off the road and you're not in the studio, you're forced into domestic situations, and it tends to be, like, completely alien to me. I really only understand performing, writing, being in the studio, you know, traveling with a band. Everything outside of that's kind of quite bizarre, but I've learned to deal with it a lot better now.
But I think, from what I've read and spoken to you before, you had to kind of dig very, very deep, and there was a lot of kind of personal growth involved.
Definitely. There was a lot of things I was, you know, didn't really want to acknowledge. A lot of events that I grew up with I didn't really want to acknowledge, you know. But I guess that to be a complete person, I had to get in touch with some of those things. So.
How do you think that kind of transpired onto the music, Billy? How did that affect the music you were making?
What, his personal stuff?
No, because I know that you went through some enlightenment and personal growth as well.
Well, not at the same time. At the time of Sonic Temple, I was pretty much on the ball, I thought. I pretty much, you know, I wasn't really drinking or whatever, I was pretty focused.
But you were pulling in different directions, weren't you?
On Sonic Temple? No, not really. No, it was
There
all...
was a lot of harmony during that time. I mean, certainly musically there was a lot of harmony. I think that musically we've always pretty much, you know, we've sort of tried things through, you know. But it's a group in the sense that what comes out at the end is what we both, you know, trying to fight for, I guess, which is pretty much the results of this record. This is a really harmonious record. This is a really complete record. It's a complete band. You know, certainly a record that wasn't done for any other reasons than the joy of making music.
Okay.
So.
Well, we're going to talk some more to the guys, and we've got lots of Cult videos on the way as well. And
The guys.
and you're going to be seeing videos from all eras of the Cult, so watch out for those. But right now we're actually going into the first video from the self-titled album, and I want to bring Scott in here. So you tell us a little bit about the video and introduce it for us.
Depends on which video it is. We have
Coming
two-
Down.
we have 2 out now, right? So this video is called Coming Down, and it's about a girl who has allergies, and she rubs her eyes a lot.
Goldilocks.
You're still awake on New Year's Day. At this time of night, I congratulate you and I thank you for joining us on our New Year's Day special with the Cult. And as you can see, all the guys are still with me, and we're talking a little bit more about everything to do with the band and their new record. And just kind of more of a general question, the Cult has always been very kind of good at reinventing itself for each album, and always coming up with a different sound. But you definitely had to do that again this time, and I was wondering, you also had to kind of set a new agenda of how the band was going to operate in the future, having taking into account everything that had gone on before.
Yeah, I think it was really important to, first of all, it being a band in the true sense of a band. I mean, we've been playing together for 2 years as a group, and Scott and Craig have had such an influence on what we've been doing. I mean, rhythmically, I always felt the rhythm section was never a complete, was never complete within the group, but now it's, it's perfect. Couldn't ask for more. So I think because of that, myself and Billy tended to relax a lot more, and we weren't having to constantly, push the rhythm section to come up with ideas or, keep an eye on that. It was just a very natural thing. So I think the first thing was just finding a true band, and I think, just growing up, having a better idea how to express myself lyrically and musically, so much to draw upon, because, we've evolved so much as musicians and know a lot more about the craft, so I think there's a lot more of a maturity about what we're doing now. And certainly a lot more, I think the songs are a lot more progressive, and we're not afraid to try out different ideas, we don't, that's one of the problems with the Cult. We've never some people think of us as an alternative band, some people think of us as a hard rock band. I think that we've crossed over different genres quite often because we've always been prepared to try out different things. For example, on the Love album, we were playing with cellos, On this album, we've got like...
Ukulele.
Thank you very much. Cheeky little man.
You know what, though? Let me say one thing.
Yes.
We've actually had so much fun that it's almost been 3 years, and 1 year's gone by that you've just completely missed.
Yeah, but
'Cause you
Craig
said
as well.
2 years.
Yeah.
And I'm just confused.
You've been here longer, though.
I know. I just thought I'd clear that up.
All right.
Get our facts straight.
Just so much fun. Just a year just went by, and
What year
and
was
now
that?
it's New Year Day, and I've just had a crazy party last night. And I need some aspirin.
I think you need some acid.
Can I ask everybody a question?
Yeah.
What are we all doing in Milton Keynes on New Year's Day? Can I ask you that question?
Well, we're trying to welcome the viewers into the new year in fine style.
And what finer style than just north of London?
I know. The centre of the universe. We all know that. But I mean,
just wondering, that was all.
well, there you go. I hope
Not
I've
wanting to break your flow or anything.
have I answered your question for you? Is that acceptable to you?
Yeah.
Good.
Terrible answer,
Okay.
but it was
Right, all right. Well, we'll go back to the album. I mean, also I think this album is a testament to the fact that Craig and Scott also had the confidence to be part of it all. I mean, it might have been. I mean, was it at all difficult for you to come into a very close-knit partnership like these two guys and actually feel that you could put your ideas forward?
Well, I've known them for a long time. We've known each other sort of and what everybody was doing and stuff. So it was actually really easy, and I think just the fact that Billy and him both wanted sort of a proper band again, and someone said, well, you do what you do, and that was fine. So and that was really, it was the easiest LP I've ever made, because we just went in and did it.
Was that the same for you, Scott?
It's kind of, I felt good about what I was doing, but it's still, a lot of times people always come up and say, oh, well, are you the drummer for now? I get that a lot.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest thing. But musically, it's great. It hasn't been difficult at all. It just kind of ticks me off when people come up.
But you in yourself feel, stable and...
Yeah, definitely. I feel good about it.
You're secure.
As a matter
Yeah.
of fact, he is our longest lasting drummer.
Well, there's another
3
fact
years.
for
There's
you
a
about the
revealing
cult.
Fact.
Well, we like revealing facts. 3 years, Scott has been in the cult now. So you're right, time has flown. Now we're going into a live performance from Milan of The Witch. And of course, the Pure Cult album kind of, I think, was very helpful in closing a chapter for you guys. Did you think that it would sort of help people to be ready for a fresh start and something different?
I think it was really important we put that record out because at that point was when we were putting a band together again. I think it was really important to remind people of the body of work that we had. I think it was sort of like the end of the 80s, you know, the early 90s. There was a lot of bands that were just falling by the wayside, especially a lot of bands have been associated with hard rock music.
True.
Just weren't able to maintain, I don't know, growing, just developing. Everyone seemed to be so caught up in commerciality, not really the craft of the music. And I think the real desire for us was to make crafted songs. So at that point, we really knew we had to put together a proper band, a harmonious band. And I think Pure Cult was just a great way of showing people that we had been progressive, we've been consistently progressive, we had a great body of work, and it gave us the opportunity to have the time to put together what we've been doing now, you know, recently.
Definitely achieved that. So we're going to go into a live performance from the European tour. This is coming to you from Milan a little earlier in the tour, and this is that very experimental track which you know from the Pure Cult album. And after that, we're going to be talking to the guys lots more. So stay tuned to our New Year's Cult special. We got the Cult live coming at you right now from Milan. See you after the break.
So you finally found your rhythm, man. Got your fucking ass at the camp. Yeah, the girl is talking to you. Gonna show you what is good now. Everybody needs a savior. We are part of you. It took a while to understand. Touch your sex on a model, man. Yeah. It took a while to understand. Touch your sex on a model, man. Coming through, said they wouldn't do now. Everybody needs a savior. We are part of you. It took a while to understand. Touch your sex on a model, man. It took a while to understand. Touch your sex on a model, man. Please, gotta watch your need. What you guys do? She's gotta watch your need. What you guys do? She's gotta watch your need. She's gotta watch your need. She's gotta